Fight Club, are you ready for your main event of the evening? It's going to be a 3-round battle. Intrinsic versus Exotic, both done it a whole bunch of times. Fight Club original, Roastmasters main eventer. Fight Club one more time. I need some energy. You ready for your main event? Up first, he looks like a lacrosse player for the Special Olympics, Stu Melton!
Raindrops are falling on my head, and just like the guy whose feet are too big for his bed.
How are you doing, Stu?
I'm swell.
We're gonna meet his opponent now. He looks like a Keebler elf with a drinking problem. It's Paul Hooper! What's up, Paul? How are you doing?
Thank you. Always a goddamn honor. Really.
You know your opponent very well?
No, not at all, really. No, but I learned about him.
Awesome. So we're going to do 3 rounds. It's going to be 4 jokes, tit for tat in the first round. Second round's going to be 4 jokes straight through. Third round's going to be 4 jokes, tit for tat again. We're going to vote for a winner at the end of all 3 rounds. We'll stop in the middle of each round for feedback from the judges. Fight Club, you ready for your main event? Which one of you wants to go first in round 1?
I don't care. I'll go.
Paul's going to go first in round 1. Stu's going second. This main event starts now.
Round 1, fight!
I'm roasting a guy named Stu Melton, one of the worst fucking names I've ever heard in my entire life. It's like I'm roasting a cartoon dairy cow. I don't believe Stu Melton is like a good comics name. It sounds like a deli sandwich named after a pedophile. The fucking Stu Melton, which is an open-faced Reuben with cheese whiz and cum.
First blood!
New record for longest joke.
They're gonna be longer, Stu. They're gonna be longer than that.
All right. Paul's been sober for 12 years, or as I like to call it, he doesn't drink anymore. Doesn't. Okay, sorry. That's it.
That was it. Jesus
Stop
Christ.
repeating it.
It's gonna be a long slog. God, fuck me. Stu has got a weird dick. He's got a weird dick. His girlfriend thinks he's uncircumcised, but his mom insists that he is circumcised, and that's only because his mom doesn't have a gag reflex. Well, this is just gonna be a long fucking...
Paul does lots of road work, by which I mean construction. People think Paul is pretty unknown for how long he's been doing comedy, but did you know that Paul Hooper is actually the most famous comedian named Paul Hooper? Doesn't!
There goes that record again.
Hell yeah.
I don't even know what's happening. Stu right here, I mean, this autistic farmhand to my left.
Boom, shakalaka!
He's 26 years old. He's got an underbite and bad knees. So, ladies, if you're looking for a bulldog, take him home. Let him shit on your floor and die prematurely. It's hell. It's hell.
Okay, Paul's been doing comedy for 22 years, which means he was even doing comedy way back when I was 4 years old when he touched me at that barbecue.
Perfect.
There's been a lot of tragedy in Stu's family. Stu's dad was a dermatologist. He was so obsessed with skincare, he hung himself to get the wrinkles out of his neck.
Boom, shakalaka!
Paul's that weird uncle who gives you the sex talk way before you're ready, and then you're like, wait a second, you're not even my uncle.
Give it up for round 1 of this main event. We're going to go to our judges. Tell us what you thought about round 1. I'm not going to pick a winner until the end of round 3. But Mike Feeney, what do you think?
Okay, this round I thought was fucking awesome. I mean, this was a really main event sort of fucking round. You guys were both great. Stu, man, your body is freaking me the fuck out, dude. That's just... There's no other way to say it, right? It feels like you got bullied in high school and then started working out in your basement and then just haven't left your basement until just tonight. And you look like you're about to confront your old bully, which is Paul, you know? So it's weird.
They're not going to call me weird-shaped head boy anymore.
Yeah. Just try and say something about these lats. But here's the thing. Paul, man, I've seen your dick before.
You have? You too.
You've done it, and he just has such a good dick, and here's the problem with it. I only bring it up because I can't unsee it, and I can't not associate it with you, and it's just...
How did this
This
happen?
felt like a conversation between you two.
It's just he did a naked roast or something. Everybody saw it. It was the whole room. But I mean, it's a huge.
It means the world. This is worth it. This is worth the trip down here tonight. This
Yeah,
really was.
but I do think. I mean, Paul, you took that round, but I just have so many more questions about your dick. We'll get to them in time.
Kimberly Congdon, what do you think of round one?
I'm glad Mike Feeney told us about the dick. I think it was okay. Yeah, I came out more slutty than funny. I got it. It was really fun. Paul, you look like a stepdad that tries to teach you how to skateboard. And Stu, the dozen joke really made me hate you. I mean, so fucking much. You look like a millennial Hodor. He was like, no, we can actually all open the door for each other. Yeah.
Brandon Sagalow.
This was really fun, man. I feel like, is this Peanut Butter Falcon? Are we watching that right now? You know the Shia LaBeouf autistic guy movie? Whatever. It was really good. You're both very funny. I give it to this guy. I forgot your name. I'm sorry. Stu. I give it to Stu because I like that you're unique.
What am I?
You too.
I like that you're special.
What a mom compliment.
I bet like you guys have the dicks that everybody thought each other would have.
Eli Sairs.
Great round, dude. Good stuff. Took a while to get warmed up, but it's rolling, and I'm excited. Stu and Matt next to each other, you look like a kid in a 90s commercial before and after taking a bite of fruit by the foot. Great job. Looking forward to the rest.
Zac Amico.
Stu, you're terrifying until you fucking talk. Do you know that? We were scared as shit of you. Paul, you both did great. You're both very funny dudes. I don't have to tell you that. Paul, you look like you took Stu, your stepson, to explain why he pet the puppy to death. But I'm excited for the next two rounds. You guys are funny as fuck.
All right, we're going to go to round two now. Fight Club, you ready for round two? Before jokes straight through, we're going to start with Stu Melton. Round two starts now.
Round two. Fight.
Awesome. Way to go, Paulie Short. Paul's very short. Yeah, Paul's very short, which means he has a tough time finding women to date who have shorter penises than his. God damn it.
We all know the truth now.
Paul's jokes are so long, he wishes they were as long as his penis. How about that? Okay.
Well done.
In my last battle, I roasted Pauline. Now I'm roasting Paul, which is a shorter version of Pauline. This must be my last roast battle because I can't think of anything shorter than Paul.
How can... Stu Melton is retarded. I mean, what is fucking happening? It's the first time I listened on stage in the last Anyway, Stu is like fucking half my age. I know. He looks like he could be my son if I fucked Matt Maran in the early 90s. But
Another one.
Stu's got a lot of big things happen in his comedy career. If you go to his website, it's called, this is real, acomediansnotebook.com. So the last thing he posted was a canceled gig in April. So, I mean, stay tuned, goddamn. Stu Melton newsletters will be going out. Fuck me. Stu's barely a comic, so during the day, he works as a tutor for rich kids. He actually tutors Paul Rudd's kid, and he tells everyone that. Stu brags about this, because that's what you want in a good tutor, right? A loudmouth hack that uses your child's education as a comedy credit. Stu's grandfather was the biggest influence in his life. One time, Stu's grandfather accidentally cut Stu's hand with a chainsaw. In related news, Stu's grandfather also accidentally beat his grandmother and accidentally said the N-word at church functions.
Oh yeah!
Fight Club, give it up for round 2 of your main event. Before we go to round 3, we'll see what our judges think so far. Zac
Okay, who
Amico.
here would not expect Stu to grab a chainsaw?
Eli Sairs.
Yeah, good stuff. Stu, you're a good joke writer. Paul, you're a good essayist. It's good stuff, man.
Brendan Sagalow.
We've been talking a lot about Paul's dick tonight, but I think Stu probably has one of those like retarded kid dicks. You know what I mean? Where it's fucking huge
To match the rest of them?
yeah. No, this was great, Paul. You're very funny. I think you took the round, Stu. I still think you're special, and me and your dad are very proud of you. And I like your haircut. You're a beautiful boy.
Thank you.
Kim Congdon.
That was a fun battle. Stu said that he didn't know anything shorter than Paul, but the only thing shorter than Paul is your comedy career. It's all right. It wasn't that good.
Nice try, though. Nice try.
No, I thank you so much. Thank you so much. Maybe
Pretty girl. Pretty girl make joke.
me make fire, but it chlamydia. Paul, I always love your roast battles. It's so great. You didn't do as well in the first round. You really brought it back. I feel like maybe in the first round, like all the blood was rushing somewhere else.
Thank you.
And
Thank
you got
you.
distracted, but you really brought it back. I like that.
Mike Feeney.
All right, here's the thing. I live in the neighborhood with Paul, so I'll see him running around without a shirt on, and I see it, and I'm like, so he's sweaty without a shirt on, and I know he has a big dick? What the fuck is that supposed to, you know what I mean? What am I supposed to do with that? I'll see him on the street, he's fucking glistening, he's wearing mesh shorts, of course his dick is bulging out of his pants, because it's not proportionate to the rest of his body. I wish you guys could see it and understand, but I can't wait for the next round.
This is a great night.
That's not
This is
even
really
a cell
great
phone
night.
in his pocket.
Dude, watching Feeney do that and Paul just looking and taking it and being like, yeah.
Fight Club, are you ready to go to our final round for this main event? It's going to be 4 jokes, tit for tat. We're going to start with Paul Hooper. Round 3 starts now.
Final round.
Oh, fucking Stu Melton over here told me the most embarrassing moment of his life was when he hugged a woman who was wearing the same dress as his mother at an Easter buffet. I don't know what fucking any of that means. But I know he might be the most boring motherfucker I mean, do I just at some point come up here and start telling stories from my life? One time, I got drunk and got a hand job from a man in Vegas. I mean, but still, I think sharing the stage with you is the most embarrassing point in my life, Stu. That's all I'm saying.
That's okay. Straight, white, male, privileged. These are all words that can be used to describe the people who come in Paul's ass.
Woo!
A lot of propaganda, you know? It felt good when Feeney was talking, but now it's just a negative vibe in here. Stu over here, Stu's got an older sister and a younger brother, so you can tell he's got that middle child syndrome, which if you don't know what that is, it's sort of like Down syndrome, except everyone forgets to love you.
Paul's embarrassed of the giant bags under his eyes because they aren't designer. If Paul had a nickel for every time he questioned his sexuality, he still wouldn't have enough nickels to fill the giant bags under his eyes.
I'll be so happy when I never have to say Stu Melton again as a name. It'll be fucking Stu Melton. God damn, this corn-fed shithead. But Stu Melton over here, Stu Melton comes from a long line of overachievers. His sister is a champion figure skater, and his brother's a champion soccer player. And Paul Rudd should definitely have Stu Melton arrested immediately.
Polyamory is when someone loves multiple people at the same time. But Paul will never find even one person who loves him.
Wow, he's very nice.
I can't tell when you stop talking. It's got that sort of dead-eyed thing. Stu fucking Melton. This is the last time I'm saying his name ever again in my life. Stu Melton, we all know his mom is a world-class cunt. Stu's mom had the family cat put down because it bit her. You know, it's just too bad Stu didn't kick in the womb.
You are using...
Could have really shot that spot out of the fucking... Anyway, well, thank you.
Okay, it's ironic that Paul's last name is Hooper because he doesn't have an athletic bone in his body. However, he has had an athletic boner in his body.
I thought...
One more time for your main event. All right, we're going to go to the crowd vote first. You can do it based on all the rounds, based on dick size, whatever you want to do. Is the winner of this main event Paul Hooper?
Fuck you. All right. I mean, fucking whatever.
Or is the winner of this main event Stu Melton? Crowd vote goes to Stu Melton. We'll go to Mike Feeney. What do you think? Who do you think wins this fight?
No, that was just such a great round, man. It really was. And I know I've been talking about his dick at length and just like his dick. But here's the thing. No matter what you're picturing in your mind when I say that, it's bigger. So you know what I'm saying? I know you're like, oh, but Mike, I'm picturing a horse's cock. Joke's on you, silly, because it doesn't make sense. But I mean, I thought that was great, but if I'm going for overall, I got to go 2 out of 3. I think Paul won those first 2, so I'm going to go with Paul.
It's 1 vote for Paul Hooper, 1 vote for Stu Melton. Kim Congdon.
Oh, shit. You know what? I thought that we were just voting on the third round, and I was going to go for Stu, and then I remembered that we're doing all 3. And because, Stu, you really came back in that third round. You came back really hard. You had really great jokes. It was kind of like, you ever watch like high school sports when they let the retard come out in the fourth quarter? And he just gets that shotted, and everyone's so happy for him. It was like that. All jokes aside, you both did great. Paul, you're one of my favorite roast battlers, and you took it tonight. So, yeah,
Thank
Paul
you.
Hooper.
Thank you.
2 votes for Paul Hooper, 1 vote for Stu. Brendan Sagalow.
Yeah, this was super fun. Paul, very fucking funny. You're yelling at him, and that makes me laugh because, you know. Yeah, Stu, I really like you, man. I feel you got good delivery. You sound like you're doing a PowerPoint to your action figures. And I like it. And, I think you should take it. I'm afraid of you a little bit. I feel like you've been discovered with blood all over you. So I want to give it to Stu, but I think you're both very fucking funny, obviously. I like
2
both
votes
of
for
you.
Stu Melton, 2 votes for Paul Hooper. Go over to Eli Sairs.
Thank you, Matt. You look like if the Village People had a garbage man. Good shit. Paul's always great. Stu, I like your, I assume you're doing like a retard bit, but I assume, right? It would be like weird if you weren't, but
Someone has definitely said that to you before too.
I think that I think Paul won the first.
Yeah, am I wrong?
You, Sagalow.
Oh, what a dick.
I think Paul took the first two and he took the third. I would almost call it a tie because of that, to be honest.
Okay, Eli Sairs votes for a tie. The voting is even. Zac Amico, it's on you. You can pick a winner, and they will be the winner of this fight. What do you think?
I couldn't I?
You have to, or we can't leave.
Please let us leave.
Listen, you guys are going to be really happy when this goes online. Stu, you can use this video to show that you're a comedian. Paul, you can show this video to show that you have a dick. And I was going to vote, but then Eli kind of swayed me because Paul definitely won the first two. Stu creamed him on the third. Is there a one more joke policy? I don't know.
But he was out of jokes.
So we've all done this a ton. Nothing sucks more than one more joke because you think you're done, and then you get thrown back in it.
It'll only take 8 minutes.
I do like the idea of making Paul say Stu Melton's name one more time.
I want to be out of this building so bad. I've said Stu Melton. I don't have another joke for Stu Melton. Let him have the goddamn thing. I hate him. I don't want to fucking say his name.
Paul's big dick!
Paul's big dick. Paul's big dick.
That's the most big dick thing I've ever heard in my entire life. Can you say it now?
He's
I'm
like,
voting for Paul!
Paul's gonna
right.
go yell at his ex-wife on the phone somewhere.
All right, so I think what we're going to do after hearing the judge, we're going to do a crowd vote one more time. Based on everything you've heard, the battle overall, do you think the winner of this main event is Paul Hooper? Or is the winner of this main event Stu Melton? That was close. What? I'm not sure. It sounded about even.
I'm so confused on how
I thought
anyone
he already
wins.
voted for it.
Stu.
Zach voted for Paul, though.
Zach votes for Zach
Yeah,
votes for Paul.
wins. Yeah, right?
Winner via having a bigger dick, Paul Hooper.
Sorry, guys. This leather vest is a little hot.
Yeah.
I'm about to pass out.
Matt, your brain injury is showing.
Perfect.